I don't know if I can shift. I just had to go pick up some metal stuff. Anyway, throughout time, throughout these thousands of years, what we today do not understand is the changes that have been made. Okay, history as we know it is not the true history. It is written by the historians who were told how to write that history. Now, what God is doing, we did a video about the boomerang effect. It's basically what words, what comes out of your mouth, toward me is going to turn around and stick to you. That kind of thing. That's what he's doing. Historically, everything written that has been written down as fact, but that is not fact. Okay? Anybody, any group of peoples, whatever, nations, ethnic groups that say that they were victims of this, and that's what was taught, and that was written down on paper as a word, as a factual word, he will now make true. Okay? Because, what did I say? Words birth words. You understand? Words are the children. Words are also the children. And they're hidden, okay? The truth, the words of truth are hidden within the scripts, within the books, within the writings, okay? Just like our children, children of the world were hidden underground, under the earth, okay? It's the same kind of parallel here, parallel. The truth was hidden. The truth is hidden within us all. Okay, I'll tell you that. The truth is hidden within us all. But for the sake of this, right, what I'm saying, everything that was taught and let out in the world, that was written and then spoken, okay, as factual truth, is going to be, what he's going to do is, he's going to make it happen to him now. Whoever fibbed those fibs and wrote them down, that nation, that group, that country, those peoples, that whatever, those attacks, those crimes that they said happened to them will now actually occur to them. That's what's going to happen. Because no word shall return void. Okay? The word, every word will have its fullness. That's why it's not what goes into your mouth that you have to worry about. It's what comes out of your mouth. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. When you understand the beginning of the Bible, the beginning of it is our beginning. It's not the beginning of everything, it's the beginning of us. It's our beginning. So much was taken out. Those books that 75%, I'm going to say, of the Christian churches, were told not to read and haven't read. All of those lost writings, see, they're higher teaching, they're higher learning. Those were all removed, so the word was not fulfilled here on earth. Because if those books would have stayed within the survival guide, the manual of how to get through this earth, basically is what it is, how to survive, the Bible, it would have read like a novel. Everybody would completely understand what's happening today, what's going on. Everybody would have been way more prepared. But because the enemy is a liar, untruth, you know. He has tainted and has deformed, he has defiled, he has rewritten the original word. That's what happened. So you have to take that as your center source, your center place, and understand what the word in the beginning was. Okay? What the light is, what the daughter is, what a son is. You have to go to the origins of the words. I did videos 5 years ago, and I know people got tired of me saying that. You have to go to the origins, you have to go to the origins, you have to go to the origins. I did, that meant me too. And oh my gosh, that was the start of seeing what really the words meant. Completely not what they mean today. So, and this is why I said, you know, I've been reading books from the 16, 17, 1800s because they held so much truth. Okay, again, that's why, you know. So for those of you that are afraid to read or to listen, even if it's hard, okay, to understand, to receive that heavenly, that Christ Spirit, which that's what has to breathe upon those words for you to understand them, okay? That's what has to breathe into your nostrils, right? To give you life so you can understand that higher meaning and those higher teachings. That's exactly what has to happen. You have to pray for divine. You have to pray for divine, okay? Because you can read the book of Enoch, you can read oh my gosh, the second revelation of Peter, the second revelation of Paul, the second revelation of John. You can read the Epistle Sophia over and over and over, but you won't understand it until he blows life into it, into you, and he heals you, he gives you sight and hearing, divine, heavenly. He brings down from heaven onto earth, you know, on earth as it is in heaven. He brings it down to you so you can understand it. Because you have to understand it in order to be set free, okay? In order to stand in no fear. And when all of these books, okay, are understood, it tells truly the greatest story ever told. You understand it. You understand the differences. You understand the story. You understand you get it. So you don't live in fear. It's about love. I'm telling you that, it's about love. It's about love coming down. So you have to pray for divine. Now, I have a channel that I've listened to for a long time. Because the man's voice resonates very well with me. You know, it's a gifted voice. I'll just say that his voice is very gifted to read these ancient writings, these lost scriptures. You know, he truly is. And so, but instead of turning on the television, this is what I listen to, and I have for years, and you know that. I tell everybody that. I've done this for years and years. I find other ones who may read it or may whatever, and I may listen to them too. There's one I'm always drawn to because I like his voice. But you may not get it the first couple times, okay? My eyes, from reading so much these past 15 years, my eyes are so bad that it hurts my eyes right now, so bad. So I like to listen, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean I've read them, but it's when I listen now, and I still have aha moments. I still have moments of, oh my gosh, that's where that fits in. Of course it does. That's where that fits in. Of course it does. Of course it does. I still have those today. And I just, what a gift. What a gift, the greatest gift anybody could ever receive. You know? And when I talk about not being of the world and coming out of the world, everything has to be on him. Your eyes, your attention, the noise, even having the television on, just rambling just to have something on, which we all were used to doing. Don't. Turn it off. In that quiet still, I'm telling you, it is so wonderful. It is so wonderful. And songs that we thought were, well, surely not heavenly songs, or surely not from, oh yes, they were. The words, unbelievable. You have to understand, God sees things both sides. And that's what everybody has to do. You have to be able to see both sides of the story. You have to be able to see how God sees, okay? And the angelic beings, again, they have a job to do. They report to God. They don't have to tell us anything. They don't have to. They are autist. It's like Asperger's or autism, the high level of autism, meaning they have a job to do. They have a goal, and they don't stop until it's finished. Okay? They don't stop until it's finished. You don't think that the enemy down here knows how God works? Of course he does. Because they were of that realm at one time. It's not that they forgot what they knew. They just didn't receive anything new once they fell. So they have to use the same patterns over and over and over and over and over. They use the same forms of warfare, manipulation, and lies over and over and over and over and over. They just use different avenues. They use different people. They use it in different formats, but it's the same patterns. And what you have to learn to do is recognize that and understand that. God wins. This is God's plan. Okay? So, if anybody thinks that he has brought us this far, and I'll tell you, Trump is his guy. Okay? He is his guy. That God brought us this far. What was my saying 5 years ago, 6 years ago? I'd say, well, do you think that God brought us this far to have us buy the wrong bus ticket? That's just, you don't know him, because he wouldn't do that. This is the same scenario. This is a military operation. This is a special ops. And they are working together, okay? And so, what is about to happen, it's happening, but we can't see it for our own protection. Our military and the angelics, okay, are fighting side by side. All right? I will tell you that. They're fighting side by side. But all the church can go back to is the mark of the beast. And Trump's got to be bad because we got to have an antichrist. Blah, 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 blah. Biden is not going to be president. Okay, if he gets sworn in, let me tell you this. The United States is no longer all caps United States of America, Inc. Okay? It's not capitalized anymore. We're not a corporation anymore. We are a free sovereign country now. Because This is what Trump is giving us. The transition of power. He's giving the country back. He's giving the freedom back to the American people. Okay? What's going to happen next is truly God's roar. God's coming into the picture. And the thing is people, because of their hearts, their hardness, their hatred, they could not see the good fruit. They could not see God working through their earthly attributes, through their earthly noise, you know, their earthly teaching, their earthly fortune telling, forefathers, foreshadow, you know, all that kind of stuff. You couldn't see that God was really leading the charge here. Not that Trump's God, I'm not saying that. I'm saying his hand's upon him, though, because he is his vessel. He is his warrior that he's using to finish this out. Okay? Again, if you don't know the history of Trump, you don't know the family history, the true family history, you don't know all that stuff, you got to know that, okay? You haven't done your homework. You've been lazy, and you listen to the television, and you listen. And let me tell you what, the fact checkers, I hope I get to sue the fact checkers at some point, because the fact checkers, I love when they put down after something I do, I put, and they tell me that it's wrong, when I know for a fact that it is absolutely correct and factual. Okay? So I hope there is a time where I do get to see those fact checkers. I'm a true fact checker. I'm a true fact checker. So it's so good right now. I can't stand it. So you have to let God do this, but at the same time, you cannot turn your face away. You cannot all of a sudden not be a patriot, not be for him, because you think you're listening to this worldly noise, okay, that's been here for thousands of years. That's what their job is to do, okay? This is, you know, in a parable, this to everybody loved Jesus when he rode into a donkey, okay? But boy, the minute the evil ones, you know, arrested him, then everybody, I don't know him. Oh no, I don't know. I'm not friends with him. I'm not on his team. This is the time that we're in. This is the pattern that we're in. Is that what you're going to do? Are you going to stand? Are you going to stand there and be a true full support of this man who gave up everything in his life to do something he did not have to do? Because this plan, I'm going to say this, you don't understand what was going to happen. You do not understand what was about to happen had this not happened. This was a military operation. So, I just can't believe that people do not recognize this. I can't believe it. And so you're going to continue to listen to your YouTube prophets that are your doom and gloom of the tribulation coming. Okay. Fire bombs, truth bombs. Fire. Okay, water fire. Fire is truth bombs. Okay? That's what it is. There's layers and realms here, right? You want to understand it in the spirit. You want to understand that this is truth coming in every which way, from tsunami, from the meteor, the fire, you know, truth bombs coming in. You don't want to have your foundation totally cracked and to feel the shaking of a tribulation. Because if that's what it's going to take for you to open your eyes and that's what you want, then so be it. He'll give it to you. It doesn't have to be that way, though. Okay? We've been under the mark of the beast with the money system since the Federal Reserve. Know that. We've been under bondage. We've already been under the mark of the beast. We could not buy or sell without their mark, their money mark. Okay. I'll do more later. Love you. See you soon.